In this video, we're going to talk about the host monitor section. So we've gotten our certificate authority monitor set up. We've got our server monitoring set up. The last piece of monitoring that we're going to need to go set up, again, this is completely optional, is the host monitoring. So if we come over here and we go into monitors, host monitors, you can see we have nothing set. Host monitors is a great way of actually monitoring your public website. So if you have a public website out there that you want to monitor, this is a great option. If you have internal websites, internal SharePoint, internal intranet, internal other sites that you want to monitor, Exchange is even a good one, you can use host monitors for that. So if we come over here and we click Add a Host Monitor, we can just pick what we want. So this, I'm just going to choose my CertMS website. So we're going to say CertMS.com. Host name is CertMS.com. In this case, we're going to do port 443, which is the default. But if you have a site running on, say, some other port, you can choose that. Then in the host monitor, we can choose how often we want. In my case, this doesn't happen very often, the change. So as long as we pick up on, I think weekly is more than enough. And then let's just say I want this to do it the first of every month. So we'll say 3/01/2024. Yes, I'm aware this is date in the past, but I'll show you why I'm doing it that way. And then start time, let's just say I want to do it at 5 a.m. Perfect. And then if I click submit, you can see monitor created successfully, and the next run is 3/22. So it took the date that I put in there, and it automatically calculated when the next run was going to be because it knew that that date was in the past. So now we have a next run date of 3/22, which will be next week. And this is now enabled. You can see the frequency is weekly. It is currently in a status of waiting. And then it's enabled with the check mark, and then we have some options. Now, anytime you come in here, you can disable these monitors by simply clicking the check mark. And if you click check mark, you can see now that the monitor is actually disabled and you're good to go. Click it again and you can re-enable the check mark or re-enable the monitor. And we can come in here and we have our typical pieces. You can come in and you can edit the monitor if you want, or you can straight up delete it if you want. But there's this nice little run button that we're going to take a look at because this is one of the first places that we have this kind of automatic run button. You'll see it more when we get into the reports. But if I click this Run Now button, it's going to run the report right now. So let's go ahead and click that. You'll see the next run date was set to right now. And if we just do a couple of refreshes, you see now it's scanning. And then once it's done, it'll go back to waiting, and the time is recalculated based on what you put in the beginning. So the next run will not be modified or broken or adjusted based on you clicking that Run Now button. So this ran. So let's see what happens. So if we come in here to certificates, you can almost see it immediately, but we now have a new certificate in here called CertMS.com scanner added. And this is important. Any certificates that are added by the host scanner will add scanner added to the friendly name in here. Reason for this is twofold. One, it makes them very easy to search for. So if I want to just search for a certificate here, I can search for scanner added, and I can see all of my certificates where the scanner was added. The second reason is these certificates are not always, in terms of how CertMS is able to pull the information, sometimes it's not 100% accurate. So a good practice is when you're using scanner added from the host scanner is to go through and double check and just make sure the information in here is what you expect it to be. And then once you're done, if you want, you can remove scanner added unless that's a attribute you'd like to keep. But you can see now scanner added. You can see it was issued by R3, and that is how we use now host monitors to pull in additional certificates.